Is spiritual healing and how can it help you? Spiritual healing is founded on a holistic perspective of the universe and the human being, encompassing physical, psychological, mental, and spiritual aspects. Spiritual healing is founded on the premise that the planet and each individual being are ensouled, complex, natural, energetic systems impacted by a universal creative force, consciousness. Diseases are viewed as a disruption in a complex regulatory system governed by awareness, rather than as a separate, autonomous dysfunction. If energy flows are out of balance, disharmony, there may be a corresponding deficiency or surplus of energy in particular areas. This, in turn, might cause problems in one's well-being and health. The flow of these energy can be awakened and harmonized through spiritual healing and energetic treatments. Spiritual healing acknowledges the above-mentioned complicated natural processes and seeks to balance and correct disruptions in this regulation process on all levels of existence using spiritual means. In other words, spiritual healing strives to activate and increase self-healing powers through activating life or bioenergy, hence encouraging holistic recovery and healing. Spiritual healing is defined as a channeling of universal, divine consciousness. A healer sees the human, or animal, or plant, or whatever, in all of its physical, psychological, mental, and cosmic totality and complexity. All spiritual healing is founded on the recognition of each being in its interdependent wholeness of body, mind, soul. In essence, mental, spiritual healing can be assigned to experience healing and therefore to the art of healing, which has been done in great diversity throughout history and in all civilizations of mankind, and is still practiced today. Mental healing has close connections to energy medicine. The range of spiritual healing methods and other energetic healing methods is vast, and it is not always possible to distinguish between spiritual, mental, or energetic healing methods by definition, because different philosophical perspectives are involved on the one hand, and various overlaps and commonalities exist in practice on the other. Transitions from spiritual healers to natural healers, as well as fields of energy and vibrational medicine, can be fluid. From Christian anointing of the sick to shamanism, the palette varies from diverse kinds of laying on of hands to prayers and rituals to support through sounds, stones, or other things. Furthermore, each method is practiced in its own unique way, while spiritual energy healing is built on a worldview philosophical foundation that spans and unites healing ways and is validated by experience. Each healing method is distinctly individual and is practiced almost as an art form. Spiritual healing is a service offered to individuals in need that is on equal standing with classical medicine and all holistic therapeutic services, rather than competing with them. The task and goal is to promote holistic healing, to stimulate self-healing powers, and to encourage and support people in seeing self-responsibility and self-determination in their life. Spiritual healing treatments can be used to cure any type of ailment or disorder, as well as stress and physical and emotional damage. Mental, spiritual healing treatments can be used in conjunction with other therapies or on their own. Holistic healing and recovery can occur at any moment and in any situation. Spiritual healing treatments do not require a medical history or diagnoses to be effective. As a result, the nature and severity of an ailment as medically diagnosed are not directly related to the outcome of the healing procedure. Spiritual healing is inextricably linked with a spiritual, ethical attitude toward life, an inner human attitude based on the belief in the existence of a global consciousness, God, the divine, a spiritual universe, and the eternal nature of life. The healer recognizes this universal, divine awareness, God, the spiritual world, the universe, and so on, as the source of healing power, rather than himself. Healers act as a conduit and transmitter of energies and knowledge. Healers are impulse givers, allowing the patient to engage in a holistic healing process in which the patient actively participates. As a mediator and transmitter, the healer, in a sense, resonates. As a result, the healer has the unique responsibility of improving himself. Only what vibrates within him can come to life on Earth. This contains a wide range of healing abilities, from the most dense, etheric, magnetic healing, to the most subtle, universal love, healing from the divine. It is the universal, divine consciousness that awakens in the one seeking assistance and boosts his soul, his higher self's self-healing powers. The medically diagnosed nature and severity of an ailment is just as unimportant for the work of spiritual healing approaches as anamnesis or self-made diagnoses, spiritual, energetic, karmic, etc. included. Healers who are not licensed as doctors or alternative practitioners in Germany are not permitted to make medical diagnoses, according to German legislation. The healer's approach in using a specific method, prayer healing, laying on of hands, shamanism, etc., is in essence independent of the symptoms or sickness with which the patient comes to the healer. The method of practicing spiritual healing that is chosen is simply an individually applied means to connect with the spiritual world, to connect to the universal, divine healing energy in order to activate the patient's self-healing capacities. Spiritual healers believe that every being, every human being, is connected to this universal, divine healing energy, and they assist the patient in becoming aware of it and utilizing it for himself. Hands folded in prayer, the use of auxiliary instruments, such as a shaman beating a drum, the striking of singing bowls, and so on, all serve to attune the healer and/or the patient to the healing process. Auxiliary instruments, such as pendulums, dowsing rods, or radionic instruments, might be called modern rituals because they serve to tune into foreign energy systems and increase the healer's experience, the healer's body being the actual, measuring instrument. However, upon closer investigation, radionics belongs to the realm of biophysical oscillation medicine, may be classified as energy medicine, and cannot be classified as spiritual healing because analysis and hence diagnosis are performed. In the description, we linked products that will help you. We hope you will give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. We look forward to see you in the next video.